Several months ago, you saw us take the Pajero, the Fortuner, the Endeavour and the X-Trail to Chikmagalur for a 4x4 drive. However, on that terrain, we declared the Fortuner as the winner. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd rate Chikmagalur as a lowly 4. And it clearly did not give us an idea of just how good the Fortuner's off-road capabilities were as compared to the Pajero, and established one of the truest, the most hardcore off-roaders available in the world. So, we decided to come here. And here is the Himalayas on the Mughal Road. The Fortuner is the smallest of the Toyota SUVs and is built on the Hilux platform. Itself an accomplished off-roader. The chassis is a ladder frame type with the body placed on top. But what drives it is a full-time four-wheel drive system with a Torsen LSD, a torque-sensing limited slip differential. Torque is thus redistributed between the wheels depending on which loses the most amount of traction. The Pajero 2 uses a body on ladder frame construction, but it's clear to see that it has shorter overhangs at both ends and there is a lot more ground clearance. In addition, the Pajero's four-wheel drive system, dubbed the Super Select, first developed in 1991, allows the Pajero to be driven in either rear-wheel drive mode or four-wheel drive mode. In four-wheel drive, it too senses torque loss at any wheel and redirects torque to the wheels with traction in an effort to break free. But is the system any better? Well, it has lesser electronics, and that makes it a bit more reliable in extreme off-road conditions. The Pajero may look rugged and be built for the great outdoors, but what we're interested in is its engine spec, and here's what it says. It's a 2.8-litre 4-cylinder inline engine. It's turbocharged with an intercooler, and it makes about 118 PS of max power and 292 Nm of max torque. But this is an 8-valve layout. That's 2 valves per cylinder, and it's an SOHC engine. Unlike the Fortuner, which is a 16-valve layout. Yes, it's a far more contemporary engine with a 4-valve per cylinder layout, and it's a larger engine as well. The Fortuner has a 3-litre turbo diesel intercooled engine. It makes about 170 PS of max power, but has a whopping 343 Nm of max torque. And that clearly shows who's the boss in the engine spec comparison. In both SUVs, it's the torque that matters. And while the Pajero's torque peaks at 2000 RPM, the Fortuner has a more linear spread, with max torque available anywhere between 1400 to 3400 RPM. But it's also the transmission that plays up this torque. So where the Fortuner has taller ratios to provide a more comfortable on-road experience, the Pajero has shorter ratios that sustain speed torque and does not allow it to bog down, especially when driving in higher gears across low traction surfaces. So the Fortuner clearly has the power advantage, but it also has a disadvantage, and that is it's got very poor visibility, especially in off-road conditions. You can't see the edges clearly when you're climbing inclines, and that can be a bit of a hazard. Now the Pajero has a narrower track and a shorter wheelbase, and that gives it fantastically nimble dynamics, especially in off-road conditions. It can easily negotiate tight turns, it can wade through water, it can climb uphill sections peacefully, and well, it can almost do everything just that bit more better than the Fortuner can. This is what we bought the Pajero and the Fortuner to do. We are at the Pir Ki Gali, the highest mountain pass in the Pir Panjal mountain range. And we're going to go straight up in a straight line and see which one goes the furthest, the Pajero or the Fortuner. And I've got none other than Hari Singh with me to help me out. Hi Hari.
Hi Bert.
Let's go and try it out?
Absolutely, yeah.
Chalo. Let's use King of the Hill. There's also a very strong reason why I say the Pajero is a better off-roader than the Fortuner. And it's not only because the tires are dual purpose, which are good on tarmac, but simply brilliant off it. Not so the Fortuner, which, despite its near fantastic off-road credentials, comes equipped with tarmac tires as standard. And while they do manage to get a decent grip on most off-road surfaces, they are just plain rubber in the most demanding of off-road situations. The other bit that enhances the Pajero's ability off-road is the suspension. Now in the case of the Fortuner, which is built on the IMV platform or the same platform as the Innova, the suspension is quite similar to the McPherson setup of the Innova. So there is a lot of suspension travel to enhance comfort. But the Pajero suspension is clearly developed for off-road conditions. It's stiffer, has much higher clearance, and even when the front is loaded, you still don't lose suspension travel, which is so essential when clambering across rocky or scraggy surfaces.
Who's your daddy? Woo! We are the champions! So, it's now clear who's king of the hill. Hail to the chief, hail to the Pajero.